come on, number 7. Come on, number 7. But it's just dice rolls. I don't know why. It was.
Welcome to the Board Game Snobs podcast. Critically harsh reviews with a touch of class.
And welcome back to the Board Game Snobs podcast. Board Game Snob and friends, with me today, I'm chuffed to have him on, my primary guest host, Daniel Howard Hughes.
George Hughes, I'll have you know.
George, after the good king himself.
After my grandfather.
Was he a king?
Both grandfathers were called George, but as far as I'm aware, they weren't the same person. At least I'm hoping they weren't the same person, because that would be rather alarming. But yeah.
Daniel George. D.
Don't try and steal my identity now, Gaby.
What are the last four? That's all I need to know. Do y'all have social security numbers?
We have national insurance numbers.
National insurance numbers. Oh, okay.
But we don't keep them secret like you do.
Really?
Yeah.
And people can't steal your identity that way?
No, not generally. I don't think so. They can pay my tax for me if they want. I don't mind that.
Does the government not just hold out the taxes for you?
Yes, they do. But I'm not. Do you really want to start off this?
Let's discuss accounting.
Of the Board Game Snobs by talking about.
Well, it's been a while since I've been hollered at and called an idiot. So sure, let's do it.
Yes, if you were employed, your employer pays all your tax for you. You don't have to submit tax returns or anything like that. If you are self-employed, like a highly respected board game designer like me,
there you go.
Have at least £12 from Kickstarter in the last year, then you have to pay taxes separately as well.
That's what you need to do, like those people do. I see sometimes on Twitter, they're like, here's my transparency. I'm going to tell you how much money I've been making.
No, I'm not doing that.
You need to do it.
People will poke fun at me. People can see how much I earn, because my salary's public knowledge.
Well, these are people making money exclusively from board gaming, like content creators. Oh, there was a designer. I forget what he did. Oh, is that Matthew? I think it's Matthew Dunstan. Like, he posted it. And like one year was like 40,000 lira or whatever y'all use over there. Stone.
Well, I think he lives in Czechoslovakia, as far as I'm aware, or somewhere like that.
I don't know. It was a weird symbol. I didn't recognize. Or maybe it was the pound sign.
It might have been a euro. He did used to live in the UK. I met him once. He seemed like a nice gentleman.
Oh, really?
Me, all the stars, me, you know. Do you know where I'm going tomorrow?
You're rubbing elbows in the big circles now. I
am. Next week, not tomorrow. Next week, I'm going to Aircon, and I will meet luminaries like Matthew Jude.
World traveler Matthew Jude.
Indeed. And also, I will maybe meet Rodney again. That'd be nice. Nice to see Rodney.
Can you meet someone again?
What do you mean?
Like, you've met him. You've met him already.
Nice to meet you again.
Nice to meet you again.
Phrase.
Nice to see you again. You've already met them. We've met before. I guess so. I guess you meet again.
If we've met before. It's nice to meet you again. That's a phrase. That's a phrase.
I guess so. I don't know. It sounded weird to my ears all of a sudden for some reason.
Yeah. It's like when someone says Merry birthday. I like saying, oh, Merry birthday to you. It's like, well,
yeah, that is weird. That is weird. Yeah. Nice to meet you again. I think I say see you again. It doesn't matter. But So, Aircon. I would love to go to Aircon since many of our...
come.
I know, but that's never...
I'm actually only going for a day. I can't... I'm probably not going to go for more than a day. But still, I'll still meet those people. See those people.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
I told you nothing. You invited me on.
I did.
What I've been up to recently is waiting for 45 minutes for you to sort your technical problems out.
No, not in the past hour. Let's see. Last time we talked to you was probably 3 months ago.
I started designing mixtape at that point, hadn't I, with Mr.
Yeah, that's what we talked about last. And y'all put out like one episode since.
We're still doing that. It's getting better. It's getting better. Not quite there yet, maybe, but it's getting close. But I said that last time, so it's fascinating how playtesting evolves a board game. But anyway, so not a great deal really. No, I've been to the Moonraking Festival in my local village.
Is that a James Bond thing?
No, it's a years ago. God, this is incredibly dull. Years ago, in our village, there was some burglars who had stolen some things, and they saw the police come along, and so they threw all their ill-begotten goods into the canal, and then ran away. And then they came back with rakes and tried to fish them out. And the police came back. Policeman came back, and then he said, well, hello, 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 because that's how they talk that's how British policemen talk. Mm-hmm. What are you doing? And they said, oh, we're raking the moon out of the canal. You see, it's a.
What does that mean, raking the moon?
Well, they saw the reflection of the moon in the canal, so they pretended they were stupid.
I bet that never happened.
I bet you 100% it didn't. But every 2 years, actually, our village has this big kind of festival where we make lanterns out of willow and tissue paper, and then you put candles in them, and then you walk around with various marching bands and stuff like that. It's really good. It's really good. It looks faintly like some kind of satanic ritual, to be fair. If you're passing by and you just see an entire village with these massive lanterns just kind of slowly plodding around.
Any pitchforks anywhere?
Not many pitchforks, no.
Do you have a thatched roof?
No, I don't have a thatch. That's down south. Roof, I'm sure we discussed this. My roof's made of stone.
Yeah, I think we've discussed that before.
Yeah.
Well, have you been watching anything? I'm enjoying this moment in popular culture when I have Picard season 3 on, which the first 2 seasons of Picard were absolutely atrocious, but this season has all the old Next Generation cast back.
Oh, nice. What's it about? Is it just him wandering around, getting where his keys were?
Generally. Well, in this one... Well, I don't want to give no spoilers in case people have, but the old crew's back. One of the old crew has gone missing. They got to go find them, et cetera, et cetera. It's only episode 3, but this episode 3 was the best one thus far of the entire 3 seasons.
Why have you bothered sticking with it for 3 seasons?
I haven't. I didn't watch I watched the first episode of season 2. It was complete garbage, so I tuned out. But then they said the Next Generation crew is back for season 3. And I'm on board. And so far, I'm enjoying it.
Is he flying around in a spaceship in Picard?
Yeah. They're on the Titan.
Okay. I've not watched that. Once a franchise gets really big, I lose all interest in it. You know what I mean? Once it's active work, like Star Trek, after Deep Space Nine, and then all these other Star Treks, and now there's tons of Star Treks left, right, and centre. You can't move for Star Treks.
There's Picard, Lower Decks, The Strange New Worlds. I think Discovery ended. So there's 3 on presently.
I have watched Discovery. I quite enjoyed the first couple of seasons of Discovery, actually. But it just feels like there's too much. And Star Wars, it's the same. It's like, I'm not keeping up with all this stuff.
Mandalorian just came back on.
Yeah, I'm probably going to watch Mandalorian. I did like that. But I haven't watched Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I haven't watched Bad Batch. I haven't watched all that stuff. And all the Marvel things. Good grief. You need to give up your job if you want to keep up with all these franchises.
More like Board One Kenobi, that show. That was awful.
Was it awful?
It's awful.
And you liked Andor, didn't you? I couldn't.
I liked Andor.
I couldn't stand the first episode.
Andor slowly built up and like.
I haven't got time for slowly build up. I need that action from the moment. If there's no exploding
from the word go.
From the word go, I need absolute. I can't. My attention's not that. This is why I no longer listen to your podcast anymore, because my attention span can't deal with boring stuff. That's why.
Oh, how dare you!
I need constant stimulation, Gaby.
What do you consider boring?
In Andor?
No, in our podcast.
Oh, that was a throwaway.
Whatever.
Insult.
No, I feel like you have stopped listening, and now I don't know if I want to continue this show.
Well, that's fine.
I only podcast with fellow listeners. Have you heard about the
Jerry stopped? Go on. What?
Have you heard about the super pigs from Canada invading the north of America?
No, but I am fascinated.
Do y'all have pigs in Ireland or Scotland, wherever you live?
No.
Australia?
We don't. There's no such thing as a pig.
You don't have pigs?
You talk about bacon and it's some kind of magical mystery meat to us.
Anyway.
Yeah, we do have pigs. I
assume you do.
My friend works in a pig sanctuary.
Of course he does.
Of
course she does. Oh, I'm a sexist pig.
Yeah.
These are super pigs, though, not sexist pigs. Canadian super pig, a giant, incredibly intelligent, highly elusive beast capable of surviving cold climates by tunneling under snow. They're poised to infiltrate the north of the country. Like they're just sitting at the border, accumulating like it's an invasion.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
They're leaning against the fences until it goes down.
They're like
you get Mexico killer bees from the south. Isn't it? And Canadian killer pigs from the north.
Canadian bacon. That's where it comes from.
Yeah. You're gonna have, and they're gonna meet in the middle and do this kind of honey glazed ham apocalypse. That would be wonderful. Sounds delicious. This apocalypse sounds delicious. Lick my lips. Oh my goodness! I remember why I didn't want to come on the show now.
They're waiting at the border. They're like, it's snout or never.
Have you prepared all this?
No.
Have you prepared that?
No, I would never look ahead for puns to use. Anyway, so these pigs are invading, apparently. It says...
So are they wild pigs?
They are wild, feral pigs. They have leather jackets on, tattoos.
Have you seen all these YouTube videos of people...
Hey, don't get off subject just yet. I'm still on my pigs.
I'm just talking about lumberjacks.
I'm still on my wild pigs. We'll talk about your lumberjacks here in a minute. It says pigs are not native to the U.S., but have wrought havoc in recent decades. There is apparently 6 million wild or feral pigs that have been antagonizing flora and fauna.
There was that guy who wanted a bazooka to kill these feral pigs that invaded his yard, wasn't he? That went viral a while ago.
If I have seen, just here in our area, we have big pig hog problems. I don't know the difference between a pig and a hog. I really don't. You will see someone's yard where they've been doing all the rutting. I don't know what it's called. Rutting. It's probably rutting. Rutting.
Sexy times.
No.
I
don't know. I'm very swine ignorant. But
you mean grubbing? When they're digging?
Yeah, where they're digging their snout in the ground. And it will look like a yard is just completely plowed by a tractor.
Yeah. Well, pigs are good for plowing fields. If you stick a load of pigs in a field, they'll tear it up. Yeah.
I like this article because it said, but overall, the impact of pigs first introduced to the U.S. in the 16th century have been very much been a negative as the undiscerning swine has chomped its way across the country. That's how I'm going to start referring to people I don't like. Undiscerning swine. I
call people swine quite a lot. You swine.
You undiscerning swine.
Yeah. What does undiscerning mean?
I don't know. They can't. They're not able to discern. You ever hear people say discern?
Only just you just now.
I've heard it, and it's irritating. I was unable to discern what they were saying.
I was at work today and I heard a colleague pronounce a medication wrong, which normally doesn't bother me because I can never remember the names of them either. But really frustrated me. Anyway, that's an anecdote that goes nowhere. Have you seen these?
Wait, I'm not done.
What? We're
almost done.
Oh my God! This is why I hate coming on this podcast. This was not allowed to talk about anything.
You know, I'm glad you're back. My self-esteem was starting to raise up a little bit. It was getting a little too high, and now I'm back to where I belong.
All right, come on.
Did you know the first record of pigs in the continental U.S. was in 1539 when the Spanish explorer Hernando de Soto landed in Florida with an entourage which included 13 swine. During the 4-year expedition which saw de Soto order the slaughter of thousands of Native Americans. It just got dark. He declared himself an immortal son of the sun, and then he died of fever. And then swine and pigs took over. Okay, now go to your lumberjack story that you've been ranting and raving to talk about. This amazing YouTube lumberjack man.
It's not a man. There's a man and a woman I watch.
Oh.
Have you seen it? Very, very, very erotic people cutting wood.
Erotic?
On TikTok. They're all muscly. It's done very much for the mainly the female gaze. They're like these. It's equivalent of, and I appreciate on TikTok that this is far more prevalent, of all these women showing their underwear all the time on TikTok, which it seems to be
would not know.
Of.
I wouldn't. I've
full of.
I've never looked at such things.
These gentlemen are using axes to break wood, and it's a whole thing. It's a whole subculture of TikToks.
You know what? Pigs watch. I could either go pig talk or tick hawk. What? See, that's a tick hawk.
Have you had a stroke? Have you had a stroke?
Like a ham hawk. No, I've never watched any of your erotic lumberjacks. I don't even know what you're talking about.
It's satisfying watching a muscled man splitting logs.
The only one I know of that did that was that.
Split it right open, he says, and he goes, "Pow!"
Are you talking about the Liver King? Didn't he do a bunch of that?
Liver King.
There was a guy on TikTok that was called the Liver King, and apparently all he ate was like raw meat and livers, and it's supposed to be why he was so large and muscly. And I think he's been found out as a complete fraud that's been using steroids and stuff.
Well, there's a surprise.
But he was very well built. I will give him that.
I had to delete TikTok because all I did was look at TikTok. I've deleted it now about 5 different times. Yeah.
Because I get on there and I will waste my day just scrolling. Yeah. It's awful.
It really is quite obnoxiously time sapping, isn't it? And you finish after an hour of scrolling through the TikToks and you think, I've done nothing. What am I doing with my life? It's just, I've done nothing. There's been no satisfaction in any of that. I haven't found any of it entertaining, other than the men splitting pieces of wood with an axe, obviously.
There's something about it, whatever it is that I'm sure they've done all sorts of studies psychologically.
It's because it's so short, you know that even if it's bad, the next one's coming. That's what it is.
I guess maybe you're looking for that, something that's funny, and that's kind of like a little dopamine hit or something. I'm sure it's dopamine related. Everything's dopamine related.
But the problem is, now it's done that. Everything's that now. If you want to do anything, you've got to do YouTube Shorts or Instagram Shorts or Facebook Shorts. It's all short little things.
Another pig joke. I bet pigs enjoy board games. Board games. Board.
Yeah.
Board? Yeah. Okay. I gave it a shot.
Yeah, well,
because some pigs are called boars.
Male pigs are called boars, aren't they? And
what's a sow? Is a female's a sow?
Yeah. Yeah. They're nicer pigs.
Do what?
They're very pleasanter pigs. A cat will look down on you. A dog will look up to you, but a pig will look you straight in the eye. There you go. There's a quote for you.
From you?
No, it's from someone famous. I don't know who it was.
A pig will look you in the eye.
Yeah, very intelligent animals are a pig.
I've heard that. Oh, there's some super intelligent ones in Canada invading North America.
Burrowing through the earth.
We got to look out for them.
Yeah. Well, what have you been up to, Gaby? You've got a tornado coming.
Depending on when this podcast comes out, this may be my last words, but there's and what's scary is there's a line. Usually everything kind of goes north of us here in Paris, Texas. It kind of goes north of us. But now there's a line stretching from Oklahoma, down way past us, 50, 40 miles of tornado stretch. I'm very concerned. I've cleared out the closet to jump into if necessary. I've gotten candles out, got the headlights ready. I absolutely am terrified of the possibility of tornadoes. I hate tornado weather. And what's stupid, we aren't the beginning. This is March 2nd. It should be winter. It should be cold. There's never any tornadoes this time of year. # global warming.
Climate change. Don't say global warming.
Oh, # climate change.
Yeah, climate change.
Do y'all have anything to fear in Huddersfield besides moonrakers?
Not really. I'm pretty sure the reason, and this is my genuine belief. I'm pretty sure the reason that England became such a powerhouse, and I appreciate we're no longer a powerhouse, but it was a powerhouse at one point, is because of Because we don't have any. We have a very temperate climate, and we don't have any natural disasters.
Yeah.
So there's nothing really, nothing to be worried about at all.
There's nothing to take your population down a notch or two.
Exactly. Other than the Black Plague, but that got the rest of Europe as well, so that wasn't a big. How often do you go to Gourmet Jack's Burgers in Paris, Texas?
We used to go there quite a bit, but their stuff's a little greasy.
Yeah, and it's opposite what looks to be a knockoff Disney Christmas store, which is very pleasant.
Are you looking at a map of my hometown?
I'm looking at Street View now. I'm doing a nice little tour.
Welcome to Paris.
You've made the foolish error of telling me where the actual location, the city in which you live in.
Well, I've said it before.
Well, I haven't listened to you before, clearly.
I have nothing to hide.
That's the difference. Wow, this looks like an amazing city. It's glorious.
It's pretty awful. Pretty awful.
It's all right. Paris Optical. That looks like a nice building.
That's where we go when we want to check stuff out with our eyeballs.
Is it really?
Yeah.
What's the service like there?
I'm sure it's horrendous, like everywhere else in Paris, Texas.
And next door, Itsy Bitsy Spider, the children's clothing shop. How often do you go there?
Never. I don't have children.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Are you done perusing my hometown? I feel slightly violated.
Yeah.
You're stalking me.
Whenever you back a Kickstarter, just be aware that the person running the Kickstarter might be poking their nose at where you live on Google Street Maps, because I certainly do.
I do it all the time. I've heard people say where they live, and I get on the street view, I'm like, oh, that's what their house looks like? I see. I live in a very humble abode, just FYI. Now, Jerry, he's got treasure on his land these days, so I can't.
Yeah, he's got like a massive. I'm looking at it now. It's like Buckingham Palace.
I doxed him accidentally, so we had to erase all of that.
And he's outside with his shirt on. You can see him.
Pouring water onto himself like Hugh Jackman in Australia.
Yeah. Like shaking him off like a wet dog.
Yes.
Shaking himself off.
Was there a more egregious pouring of water? Like just the way he craned his arms and it was glorious. Yeah, absolutely glorious.
You see the muscles glistening on his forearm. Any moment you think he's going to be splitting some logs. Any moment.
Come on, drover. That's how they said it. Apparently a drover is what drives cattle. They drove cattle.
You're scared of the tornado? Not scared of the tornado. Anxious about the tornado.
Yes, I've literally been on the Weather Channel all day in fear of. And I already have, issues with anxiety and, fearing things that possibly never even happen. But and it doesn't help. The news cycle's like, intense tornado outbreak, imminent, something. It's just.
Well, they're trying to get you to watch the show, aren't they? That's the problem. You never know.
They have succeeded.
You never know how serious they are.
They have succeeded. Well, here's the thing. If you ignore them, you're an idiot. Especially if a tornado wipes my house off the face of the earth.
Have you got somewhere to go? Where do you go in a tornado? Have you got a basement?
No. We have a inner room that's basically it's a closet. It's in the middle of our house. That's where we shall go. Some people go to the Walmart, which is just across the road. I don't know why Walmart. I guess maybe they have pretty well-built walls or something. Charday, she lives in a trailer house north of town, and she does have a storm cellar.
Right.
Because of the trailer house, obviously. Yeah. Without that, and she was in the path of the last tornadoes that went through here just a few months ago. So,
Yeah.
Tornado Alley. That's why they call it that. All right. Well, Dan, I actually have board game stuff to talk about. Yeah,
well, not until I've finished Googling where the Walmart is and
you're honing in on my location. You're honing in.
They don't look like particularly well built. Oh, they are. They're brick walls, aren't they? Yeah.
I mean, they're those cinder blocks, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Right, okay. So is it right, okay, so I've got the Walmart in Paris, Texas. Is there only one Walmart in Paris,
There's only one Walmart.
Excellent, right. I'm going to wander around these streets a bit and see if I can spot
you. I'm glad you're focused on our show. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, I played a game. Not that anyone cares. I don't even know why I bother. But it's just in the title. Listening. It's just in the title, Board Game Snobs. I feel like we should at least toss one in there.
Yeah, I'll tell you about the games I've played.
Oh, well, I was going to say.
They're all garages.
I was going to say, stop looking for me. I'm not there. I'm not outside waving.
Express, do you?
Hey, let me run outside and wave at you. See if you can see me. Is that how it works?
Yeah, I think so. Right, go on, carry on. Go on then. What game did you play?
Well, before I tell you the game I played, I was going to say I just happened to look at BGG on the hotness. Have you heard of this game, Earth?
I have. Mike's a massive fan of it.
I know. I clicked on it, and then, of course, Dice Tower's video just popped up. And that might be why it's now the number one in hotness. 1 to 5 players. Designer Maxime Tardif.
Yep.
I've never heard of this game. I literally just heard of it when I happened to click on BGG just now. It's not
delivered to backers yet, I don't think.
Ah, okay. Well, all the design people, all the Dice Tower folks were like 9, 9.5, 9, and Delizio was a 10. A 10, he said.
Yeah. He likes it. That news got broken first on the Sporadically Board podcast, I'd like to point out to everybody. But yes,
I don't listen to that show.
It. Do you live at a place called Tico Bell?
On a frequent basis, but not presently.
Okay, right. I'm carrying searching.
You do know how to say taco, right?
Well, yeah, of course I do.
Because you didn't just now. You said
you frequent US Nails? US Nails and Spa? Have you been there?
No, I have not. So this Earth, I was watching them talk about Earth. It looks the cards and it looks rather bland to me, but apparently the gameplay is fantastic.
I think it plays a bit like Terraforming Mars and Ark Nova, but a lot quicker and a lot simpler.
Yeah, it looks like card drafting, card drawing. Hand management, tableau builder, all that good stuff. But it's just crazy. Like I've never heard of it. Not that it matters. Not like I'm on BGG looking at. And, I should hop on BGG on the hotness more often, but I just can't be bothered. I can't be bothered because I can't keep up anyway. There's hundreds and thousands of games coming out. Let me look through the top 10. Oh, Brass Birmingham's in the top 10. There's a Star Wars deck building game coming out. Acropolis is all the go.
All that controversy.
So anyway, that's like the newest game I've bothered to check out here in a while. And apparently if Delizio gives it a 10, I'll be interested.
He really liked it. I've been playing games. I've been playing some games, but not.
I've been playing party games. I played Wavelength. You played Wavelength?
Yeah, I didn't like it at all. I thought it was rubbish.
My family thought it was decent. Did you? Wait, you didn't like Ready, Set, Bet either, sucks. Did you? You didn't like Ready, Set, Bet either, did you?
No, it's rubbish.
See, that game is like all the rage right now.
I think it's a pile of pants. But I also...
Do you enjoy fun? Do you enjoy fun, Dan? You don't, do you?
No, it's often been said that I don't enjoy fun. No, I think Ready, Set, Bet is just... What it wants you to do is shout, come on, number 7, come on, number 7. But it's just dice rolls. I don't know why. It was... And also, I was trying to concentrate on betting, not getting silly excited.
And it sounds like it's all dependent on like the guy rolling the dice to make the game exciting.
Well, it is, but then again, I was playing with somebody who was doing a very good job. I was playing with Mr. Tom Vassell, actually. Who's
that?
And he turned to me and said, "You didn't crack a smile at all. Didn't hear a peep out you doing that game." I said, "Well, you did a very good job, but I think it's a pile of pants. Dice Tower Judgment, pants." No, I like some party games. I love Telestration. I love Time's Up. I'm got a team building exercise going on at work soon. I'm going to have to play Wits and Wagers, so I'm currently creating a Wits and Wagers
team building exercise 99.
What's that?
It's a Fly of the Conchords lyric. Go ahead.
Oh, that's fair enough. No, I'm just saying I'm going to run Wits and Wagers. I don't think anyone's It's going to be better than the other warm-up team building exercise that we're doing that day, which is dancing, line dancing.
Dancing?
I'm very upset about it.
Are you gonna be involved?
The problem is that we're getting a new manager, and the first time we're going to meet them is at this away day team building event, and so my natural inclination was to tell them all to stick it up their ass, but because it's a new manager,
you got to do a little schmoozing.
I can't really give that bad impression. So
yeah,
I don't know what I'm going to do.
You got to be a company man.
Yeah, I'm not happy about it. So organise this line dancing.
What sort of line dancing is done in Huddersfield, England?
Same, just normal.
Do you know the electric slide?
I don't know any of it. That's the problem.
Have you heard of the electric slide?
Yes, it's
the Cupid Shuffle.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah,
you're in a bad way.
I'm going to be in trouble.
What's the one?
I can do-si-do. I know all the country dancing stuff because my dad used to be a country dancing.
Can you two-step?
No.
I enjoy line dancing, actually. I prefer to freestyle.
Yeah.
But I like to line dance.
I prefer to sit on the side, or even better, go home. That's my ideal.
The Cleveland Shuffle, the Cha-Cha Slide. Any of those? Never heard of them?
I'm pretty sure that's
Cotton Eye Joe. You know the Cotton Eye Joe?
Yeah. That's what I sing every time I come off a call with you.
It's a good one.
He said, my wife says, who have you been podcasting with? And I say, Cotton Eye Joe. You're all the same to me, you Americans. You country. I'm impressed by how urban an area you live in. There's roads, there's tarmac on these roads.
I live in a town. I mean, I'm lying. If I was to guess, I would be completely lying. I'm thinking 20,000, but I'm probably wrong. What is the population of Paris, Texas? Hey, Siri, what is the population of Paris, Texas? 24,476 as of 2020. I think a few have been murdered off since then.
I'm going to look at the population of Huddersfield. It'll be more than that, and we win.
Yeah.
Huddersfield.
Just the other day.
What did you say yours was? 24,000?
24,000.
Ours is 162,000.
Good grief. You live in a large city. That's not a village.
In a bustling metropolis. Well, I live in a village in the area of Huddersfield. I'll tell you what my village. I'm not going to tell you which village I live in now.
You live in a village like in New York where they say, I live down in the village. When you're like living in a mega city.
Population of my village is... It doesn't say. I'm definitely here. That's one. In the north and northeast by the Times 2022 Best Places to Live annual guide.
That will never happen here. In fact, we live in we are surrounded by like the poorest counties in the nation. So,
well, ours has got very gentrified recently. There's loads of posh eating places opened up, and it's horrible, and they charge a fortune, and they all have like kind of smashed avocado on toast type places. It's just go away, give us cheap.
What does gentrified mean? Just rich people move in and make it fancy?
Yeah, I don't know if they've moved in, but they kind of well, I think rich people have moved in, but also it's become a tourist destination for people who really like their food. So nearly every shop is some kind of gourmet something.
Fried, what do you fish and chips?
Yeah, well, there's a fish and chip place, but a gourmet
fried cabbage.
Fried cabbage, that's it. From gourmet deep fried cabbage, battered cabbage.
Sounds good.
Yeah, this is a nation that has wedge salads, which is basically a lettuce.
Shallots?
No, you've got wedge salads, haven't you?
Oh yeah. It's just an iceberg. It's a chunk of iceberg with blue cheese on it. Yeah, blue cheese dressing. It's delicious.
I agree.
But you can't get them everywhere. They're actually usually expensive, whatever restaurant you go into. Mm-hmm. And it's iceberg lettuce, like the cheapest lettuce you can get. But it's good. It's tasty. But not very many nutrients in iceberg lettuce. Don't know if you know that.
It's mainly water, I should suspect.
Okay, I had this conversation with Jerry just yesterday, and I argued with him. He says... overall, vegetables have no taste, very little to no taste, especially greens such as spinach, kale, etc. I disagreed with him. I told him I think his taste buds are off.
I disagree completely. You know why he says that? It's got all that liver he eats. He's just constantly eating liver to keep that toned physique. Whereas you and I know that spinach is really tasty.
I said I don't like kale. To me, kale is tasteless. I love spinach. I can eat spinach all day.
Me too, either fresh or cooked.
And
Spinach
he says
delicious.
no. He says it's texture. You like the texture of vegetables. I said no. I know what I like, and I said it, and it has flavor. My wife buys the spring mix of lettuce. I hate it because it's super bitter, like it's bitter greens, and I don't like that. But I mean, now iceberg lettuce. Yeah, there's not much that's there. But all the other greens, they all have. I'm not going to say the taste buds are going to blow you away, but they do have taste.
I think he boils too much. I think he's leaving it in the pot. I used to think I didn't like cabbage until I realised my mother makes it with vinegar. That's why I don't like cabbage.
I eat cabbage all the time. I love cabbage, but he'll get a cheeseburger with no vegetables on it. Like he doesn't hardly eat vegetables. He just does. I thought you gave up Diet Coke.
I did.
You guzzled that. I can't see. Caffeine free. Look at you.
Caffeine free.
Look at you. Super healthy.
I'm trying to. Well, it's not really. It's full of all sorts of crap. There's no caffeine in it. That's
I was giving you the benefit of the doubt on that one.
I'm trying to fool my body into when I would normally drink Coke to try and so like when I want to do something creative or when I'm tired or I have a caffeine-free Coke. I'm trying to fool my body to thinking it's getting caffeine hit, but it isn't.
No, you're.
I've been told I'm no longer allowed to drink caffeine by my doctor.
That's
swine.
That's unfortunate.
How dare he try and prolong my life?
He's a discerning swine, though. I would hope so.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, he is. But yes, and salt. But you can't not eat salt.
So I'm taking it as like a heart thing. If it's no caffeine and salt, it's blood pressure related, something like that.
Yeah, blood pressure related. Yeah. I took my blood. I went for my blood pressure. I'm joking about it now because it's back down to human levels. But I had my blood pressure taken, and they told me that basically the usual life expectancy for someone with this kind of blood pressure is about 10 months. And I thought, oh,
good Lord.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're taking that serious.
Really upset me.
When you're faced with your own mortality, yes. I'll tell you what happened to me not too long ago. I felt my heart beating fast.
Right.
And so I just downloaded like those apps on the phone. You put your finger on the light and the camera. And it was
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah. But my heart was like at 115 beats. Then it was like down to 100. But it was like hovering over 100. Just barely over 100. I'm morbidly obese, so it's not great. I'm usually around 85. So I was like, what the crap is going on? I was like doing nothing. I was just sitting there. So I make a quick doctor's appointment. I think I've already discussed this previously, but you haven't heard it. So I go to the doctor the next day, and she says, how much water do you drink? I'm like, I don't. I survive on Monsters, coffee, and Dr. Pepper. And she was like, try drinking some water. And I've been drinking water, and that has improved immensely. I don't drink water.
Isn't it?
I hate drinking water. But she's like, you're just driving around your truck all day just sucking down these caffeine drinks. You need to drink lots of water. That was scary, but it is like it's like you go la-di-da-di-da with your life, and then suddenly your heart starts feeling weird, and like you're faced with your mortality, and you're like, I don't want to die.
I mean, we're both morbidly obese men, so you always know that this is going to happen, but then when it happens, it's like, oh, what?
How dare my body tell me what kind of shape I'm in?
I thought it was all just kind of theoretical.
That's in the future, not now. The future is now.
Smoke. Surely I'm allowed to be fat, but apparently not. No.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm not to go down that failed podcast route again, but I am dieting, but kind of more. I'm just I'm just eating healthier rather than dieting at the moment. So lots of, and I've cut out red meat, and I'm doing all the things they tell me to do.
Oh yeah, that red meat's bad on the old, what's that?
Cholesterol. Yeah, I've got
cholesterol, gout.
Yeah, but I've got a healthier blood pressure now than I have for years. So it's worked. Yeah, I'm taking medication as well.
But you've cut out caffeine, salt.
I haven't cut out salt completely because you can't. But I don't add salt to things, and I look at the labels and choose lower salt stuff.
That's good. I'm glad you're taking care of yourself.
But I'm also taking medication, which I think is got a big part of it.
So you weren't previously?
No.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm on medication myself.
Yeah, but
this is old man talk when we start talking about health issues and medication and blood pressure. Yeah. I'm sure we're attracting the 18 to 24 crowd by the droves.
I've got a parcel today. Do you want me to do a live unboxing?
Oh, a live unboxing. There's nothing I hate more, but go ahead.
Don't you like live unboxing?
No, they're the most pointless. Sure, let me do a reaction video while I'm at it.
Well, the reaction videos, they're just so they can show the original stuff.
He's cutting it open. Oh, my God. Oh.
I don't know if I'll be able to cut it open. That's the problem. Oh,
no, I'm going to use your weakness is showing. How embarrassing. He can't crack open duct tape.
I can. It's not duct tape. It's sellotape.
Packing tape. Okay.
You ready?
All right. Here we go. He slid something out. Columbo. Oh, my God. On a Columbo kick.
Seasons 1 through 8.
Is that all of them?
No, there's 9 and 10, I think. But I think they were done after. I think there was a long break, and then they revitalized the Columbo franchise. So, yeah.
Columbo kind of had a resurgence, I've noticed, on the socials.
Well, it's a really interesting show because it's the only detective show I know of where you know who the murderer is, and the whole thing is about how it's solved rather than you trying to guess what the murderer is and stuff like that. I think it's quite interesting. I think Peter Falk is a really good actor. Yeah. This goes into the collection of DVDs of things that I never, ever watch, but somehow want to own.
Yeah.
So,
have you watched that Poker Face on Peacock? I don't know what y'all have over there. It's the NBC network streaming.
No.
There's a new show called Poker Face. It's got that Natasha Lyonne. She was in Russian Dolls. That's on Netflix, some other shows. But it's been compared to Poker Face because you see who does the murder at the beginning. Oh, okay. And then, but she has this thing, she has this uncanny ability to tell if someone's lying. Like she knows when someone is lying to her face.
Right.
So, and inevitably.
Did you do the murder? No, you're lying.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how it is. So, but the way they work around it and do it is, it's a good show. It's a good show.
Sounds good. The only things I watch really are murder stuff. And not the gritty, gritty murders either. I like they're called cozy murders.
Cozy murders. Anything Agatha Christie, right? That's a cozy murder.
Yeah, or Murder She Wrote, or stuff where murders happen, but it's not upsetting. Not like
it's not like Criminal Minds or CSI. Yeah, that stuff gets really dark.
Yeah. Although I quite like CSI, to be fair. I'm watching Bones again at the moment. I'll tell you what I do like, Justified. Have you ever watched Justified?
Yes. I've seen your recent recommendations and talking about, I love, what's his name? Waylon
Gibbons.
Waylon Gibbons. That's it. I watched the first 4 seasons and didn't finish the last one.
That's probably enough, isn't it? Let's face it.
I honestly don't know how it ends. I don't know if he lives. Well, I guess he lives because they're bringing it back. But I don't know. Ooh, yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah, they're bringing it back. I don't know if the main bad guy lives. That Walton Goggins.
Yeah, he was good.
I loved him in that. So I really would like to know if he lives or dies.
Great actor. Well, there's a solution to that. You can watch it instead of watching Picard.
Yeah. Well, I'm a sci-fi guy. I'm a sci-fi guy first and foremost. All right. Well, we're closing in on an hour. This has been an episode
podcast for everybody.
It's a filler podcast.
Thrilling, not filler.
What'd you say? Filling?
Thrilling.
Yeah. I appreciate your enunciation.
Thrilling
podcast. We've discussed a manner of things. All right. Well, let's end it on this.
You're welcome.
Yes. Thank you, Daniel Howard.
No worries.
Daniel George.
Anytime. The beautiful gratitude I get from yourself.
Oh, Jorge. I thank you plenty.
Not enough. No one thanks me enough.
You can never receive enough praise, I say. All right. Well, Daniel, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
You are welcome. I'm going to carry on perusing the streets of Paris,
You've
Texas.
probably seen my house and you don't even know it.
They've got canoes outside
All right.
Walmart. That's pretty impressive.
Oh, well, they should make that a Twitch. Like, I'm sure you could put that on a Twitch stream. Just you guessing where people live as you browse Google.
There's a whole. Have you not seen any people doing that?
No.
That's GeoGuessers.
Oh my God! I should have known.
That's a rabbit hole you need to go down. Have you not been down the geoguessing?
There's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing I can possibly think of. Not even jokes. Not even my good pig jokes I came up with. I'm sure that they've been done before. Sometimes
geoguessing is fascinating. People can see a picture somewhere and be able to pinpoint where it is in the entire world.
Oh my God!
Really, honestly, that's what you need to do when you're huddled in your cupboard. Is have a look at geoguessing. It's a good game to play.
I need to hang up and pay attention to all these alerts I've been getting that I have on mute at the moment.
Yeah. I'll let you go.
All right. Well, Daniel, Jorge, Hughes, thank you for coming on the show as usual. You're, old reliable, I say. I try. You know what? I tried to get Richard on. Not gonna lie, I tried to get Richard on.
Swine.
Because it's been a while, and he made a remark on one of our group postings. I wasn't asked, so I texted him. He's like, "Oh, I don't think I can." I'm like, "Well, there you go." Yeah, I text Dan, and Dan's like, "I'll be ready momentarily." I'm like, "There he is."
And I was at work. I've been at work for 12 hours.
Yeah.
Still.
Look at you. Look at you. Yeah. Learn
I can't
from
find
this.
any houses around this Walmart. How close to Walmart do you live?
I'm not going to dox myself, Daniel. The fans will show up in droves. I can't handle that. All right. So I'm going to go make sure there's no funnel clouds coming towards me. Until next time, thanks for listening to the Board Game Snobs. I'm Gaby.
I'm Dan.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for tolerating this episode of the Board Game Snobs. Stay classy.